The Hyperlite Elevation is already inflated because I forgot to record an intro. What's up, y'all? I'm Chris. This is Inflatable SUP Review. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're talking about the Hyperlite Elevation from Costco. It's lightweight, it's a nice weight, it's got a good feature set, so stay tuned. We're going to talk all about it. Let's get into it. Before we open it up, we've got out the other paddle boards that I've reviewed, the red, the body glove, the Hyperlite Admiral from last year, and this is noticeably more compact than last year's Admiral by the same company. It's not that much bigger, really, than the $2,000 red. Comparing, when you think about the value, I'm very impressed at the size of this. The body glove, also from Costco, is similar size, but if you've watched that video, you know that my biggest disappointment with the body glove was that the carry case ripped open the first time I opened it. So, this one from Hyperlite is definitely more well built than the body glove. Let's open it up. All right, got Hyperlite dry bag. Some of the other boards I've reviewed come with a phone holder, like a small version of this, a tiny version of this with a rope that you wear around your neck. I like the dry bag better. You can put more than just a phone in it. You can put a large phone in it. So it's nice that they include that. And then, just like the Admiral last year that really impressed me so much, two-stage pump comes with this board from Costco. And as I mentioned when comparing it with the others, this is compact. It's got straps to keep it in the case. Got a 3-piece paddle. Now, one thing to compare Costco board to Costco board, value board to value board, in comparison to the body glove Performer that I've reviewed, the body glove had an oval paddle that was aluminum. This paddle is composite. It's more lightweight, and I'm impressed with Hyperlite including the composite paddle at the price. Nice color scheme there. Last year's paddle was a solid blue. I like that splash of blue. Very compact. Fin, got the logo etched into it. A little bit different shaped fin than last year. We've got the leash, and one thing that's different about the Hyperlite leash is that it actually will serve two purposes. It's a leash, if you're taking the board in the surf or just don't want to fall off and get the board too far away from you, and it's a carry handle. I'll show you that in use a little later on in the video. So, and patch kit with, yes, glue included. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I have opened these and from other brands and there's been no glue included. So good job, Hyperlite, for helping us patch a board. Sparrow rings, thank you. I'm going to set the accessories aside. Let's air it up. All right, our standard review inflation test. Now, same pump. I just pulled this pump over. This is the pump that came with the Hyperlite Admiral last year. This is the pump that I've used to do all of our timed inflation tests. This same pump comes with the Elevation. We'll leave this one here. We're going to use the pump that we use for every inflation test. Something to note with any of these pumps, and I might create a short edit on this. They come with two sizes of rubber washer right here, two sizes of gaskets. So I was having trouble with connecting this with the tall gasket. So I'm going to swap it out. With the shorter gasket. So I don't know if you can see from this distance on film the difference in the two gaskets. If you have trouble connecting the pump, swap out the gasket. In my review of the Body Glove Performer, another Costco board, I mentioned that the Performer comes with a single stage pump. A single stage pump only moves the air at one speed and one volume. This pump from Hyperlite, standard pump that we use every time, is a two-stage pump. You'll hear the difference. At first, the pump is going to be working to move air quickly to fill the board to shape. And once the board's to shape, you'll hear it change tones as it begins to work to put more pressure in the board. So first it's going to fill the board to shape, and then it's going to work to tighten what is in the board. All right, 15 PSI, timer, and here we go. All right, I'll have to rewind that and catch the exact moment that it cut off. So 15 PSI in about 10 minutes. Let's put a fin on it and weigh her in. So this board has a flip tab removable fin that goes in real nice. Just do that and boom. Fin is in, sturdy, no tool required, super easy. That's impressive. And it avoids the fixed fins. There's a little graphic here, push lever down to lock fin in place. So instructions included. All right, want to weigh it with the fin on so that we get an accurate weight like we've done with the other boards. Get our Inflatable SUP review official scale. Power on. Set to 0. Get it balanced here. There we have it. Oh wow. That's 17 pounds, 14 ounces. Compared, get my notes here. All right, the Body Glove Performer, 22 pounds, 14 ounces. This board's 17 pounds, 14 ounces. So that's exactly 5 pounds lighter than the Body Glove Performer. I'm impressed by the weight. Let's move on to the flex test. All right, the flex test. Same way we always do it. Found the center of the board, 3 feet forward, 3 feet back, set the sawhorses there. Measure. .32. 95 pounds centered, 95 pounds here. Now that we've loaded the board with 190 pounds, roughly my weight, let's measure it and see how much flex we have. 30. All right. So loaded, that's only 2 inches of flex. It's pretty impressive. The equivalent of my weight on this board full of air, barely flexed at all. Now let's torture test it. We're going to move the sawhorses further out and load it again. All right, the torture test. We've got our supports set up 6 inches in from the front of the board, 6 inches in from the back of the board. Let's measure. .30 inches. Now, if you're doing quick math, you'll notice that the board is now 30 inches off the ground instead of 32 inches off the ground on the last test. Well, as we move the supports further apart, we're on a different part of the rocker of the board, and so that number changes in every review. But we've established we're 32 inches off the floor now. Let's load it. 95 pounds here. Another 95 here. Boom. So that's 190 pounds. Support spread almost as far apart as we could get them without the board falling down. And there's the flex. It's pretty impressive. Let's measure it. And we are at 26 3/4. So in the torture test, we're only getting 3 1/4 inches of flex. I gotta say that's impressive. Of the 2022 boards I've reviewed so far, this is the stiffest we've seen one. So let's talk about the top deck features. Got a leash loop here in the back. This leash loop is soft touch. Every loop on this board is soft touch. Got a set of loops here. If you wanted to put a cooler between them, something like that, you could do it. You gotta know what you're doing on the paddleboard before you try the cooler, but it's got it, it'll fit. Nice handle. There's a neoprene bottom on the handle here. Soft handle. The top deck is thick, has a good grip to it. I've not seen another board with this feature. These two handles here, I've not used a board with them before. I have noticed that when I'm getting up on the board out of the water, I will reach for them and grab them. The kids seem to like getting up on the board and having this to grab onto. Other boards have the center handle. They've added 2 here. Got a stretch cord here. Again, the soft touch loops. Hold anything you want, put a life jacket in there. And then on the front, this is a tie loop where if you want to tie it off to a dock, or maybe you've got a sailboat and you're using this as a dinghy, you got a way here that you could tie it off and pull it from place to place, or just keep it where you are on the dock. Have not mentioned, like the body glove that I've reviewed, here we have a nose protector, so as you're paddling into shore, you're not scuffing it up on anything there. So it's got a good feature set on the top deck. One thing that I would like to see it have is a paddle holder, something dedicated to keep the paddle close to the board. It does have these loops here. You could slide the paddle handle under it, but it's not meant for that. It would be nice to see a dedicated paddle holder. I mentioned earlier in the review, the leash does serve 2 purposes on this board. I want to show you that. It's the standard surf leash, or just if you want to wear a leash so you don't kick the board too far away from you when you fall. But you unclip that, and you've got these straps here that hook to these soft touch loops. And now, if you're going some distance, you got carry handle. I'm hands-free. Now, if you've carried a board any long distance, this could be nice, especially again if you're smaller in stature or for the kids, this could be nice. So I would like to see them upgrade this to maybe have a little more padding here, or a way for it not to slip off the shoulder, or maybe, I haven't read the instructions, maybe if I go this way. Oh, much nicer here. Now this hanging down, it's got stretch to it. This is the part that you would hook. If you were using it as a surf leash, you would hook this to the back, and not a dedicated surf leash, but I do like their thinking here. They've got an accessory that will serve 2 purposes. And of the boards I've reviewed, I think this is the only one that's had a carry handle. I liked it last year in the Admiral. I like it here too. All right, so we've gone over the whole board, the ups, the downs, top, bottom, the weight, flex test, torture test. Now, of all the 2022 boards that I've reviewed so far, this one fared the best in the torture test. It bowed the least. That is a sign of strength. Impressive weight, 17 pounds, 14 ounces. I'm very impressed by that. Keep in mind, you can go to our website, inflatablesupreview.com, and there I list all the measurements and all the weights of the boards that we've reviewed, and we keep updating that as we go. So if you want to see this board in comparison to other boards that I've reviewed, check it out there. And in a value-based model, this board's got a lot going on for it. Picked it up at Costco. It's got a nice feature set, the soft touch loops. It's got the 2-stage pump. It's got the carry handle, removable fin. You can take it off. It's not fixed. If you were to break the fin or damage it, it could be replaced. when the kids are walking around on the dock, you can take the fin off and you're not worried about them jumping up and down and breaking the fin off the board. It's a nice board. I'm impressed with it. Now what I want to do is take it out and do some more paddling with it. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. Check us out on inflatablesupreview.com, and we'll be back real soon with our next review. Thank you.